evening, everyone. The 7 o'clock hour has arrived, so I'm going to get started. I don't want to hold this up too late. I do apologize in advance if I have to help take care of a sick child. My daughter has a little bit of a cold. Thankfully, it ruled out COVID, so we don't have to worry about that, quarantining or anything like that. So I will have to help her if she wakes up. So give it a minute or so for everybody to jump in. The parents, I apologize for a little bit of last minute notice on the live session, but as usual, it's going to be recorded, so you'll be able to watch this at a later date. I don't intend on this being longer than about 15 minutes, even with me giving people a few minutes to join in. We still should be done fairly quickly with this one, as I only have 4 slides. So I think I have the slides working right. Hopefully you see the Diamond City Sports title page there. Youth Flag Football Update, Monday, August 2nd, 2020. I don't plan on having to do updates weekly, but if that's something that helps improve the league, I'm going to do it. I'll do it as often as is necessary to keep everyone informed, more than just a basic email would do. So give it another minute or so here, and then we will get going with the full discussion. Kotsko, you tell me, do you see me or do you see the Diamond City Sports logo? Just about time to start. I'll give it till 7:03. I got 7:02 still on my end. All right, Kotsko, looks like it worked then. Hopefully as these transitions go, I got some practice. This is a system that I use for my church. I was taught how to do it and finally got the chance to do it live on Sunday, and it went pretty well, so I think I now know how to do it, and hopefully I could make it a little more easy on the eyes rather than looking at me the whole time. Alright, well, it's 7:03. I'm going to get rolling here because I don't want to make this a very long video. Remember, you could always watch this at any time, rewind, fast forward, pause, whatever you need to do. Alright, so good evening. It's me, Sickle. How you doing? Just want to go over a couple of things that came up as things to review from this past Saturday. And both items are actually items that aren't listed in the regular rules, so we did have addendums added, and then I have 2 other additional slides that I'd like to review. So let's cut to the chase. Actually going out of numerical order, and hopefully that'll make more sense as I talk about it and explain things. First thing I'd like to talk about is Rule 13, roughing the passer, and I'm calling it an addendum because we're adding to what's already in the rules. This is a somewhat disputed call over the weekend, and this is how it'll be handled moving forward. When the defense rushes the passer, also commonly called a blitz, the quarterback can run the football regardless of location on the field. Rushing the passer or blitzing cancels out the no-run zone. So, in a regular position on the field, if a defense blitzes, the quarterback could run. They don't have to hand off. They could still pass, of course. They could still hand off, but they could also run their own, do a quarterback sneak if you would, even though it wouldn't really be a quarterback sneak, quarterback run. We do have those no-run zones, but due to the fact that the kids are so young and haven't learned the skill of reading a defense and reading a blitz, we are allowing the quarterback to run the ball if the opposing coach decides to blitz. So it almost becomes a strategy for the coaches to decide, hey, do you want to blitz? And give a running quarterback the chance to score or to get that first down? Or would you rather lay back in coverage and force that player to pass or to run some other sort of rushing play. So again, if a blitz is called, no matter where it is on the field, the quarterback does have the option to run, even if it's in a no-run zone. Next one is Rule 7. Notice I'm going out of order because it's called scoring, and it's an addendum. And the reason why I'm going out of order is because we had to clarify the quarterback rush before discussing this. And our addendum will state, when going for a conversion, the 5-yard no-run zone is still in effect. This means that a 1-point conversion must be a pass, but a 2-point conversion can be a pass or a run. So if the coach opts for the 1-point conversion, which goes from the 5-yard line, that puts them in the no-run zone. So if they're going for 1, obviously it's a little bit easier because it's a shorter conversion, and that's why they only get the 1 point, but they must pass the ball. If they want to run play, then they should be going for a 2-point conversion, which can then be a pass or a run, as anywhere, most other places on the field. Same thing applies to what I previously said. If a defensive coach decides to call a blitz, then the quarterback could run regardless of whether they're going for a 1 or 2-point conversion. So again, it brings in some strategy to the coaches, and it also gives the kids who, again, don't quite have the skill to read a defense or to read a blitz, the ability to scramble. So that addresses the 2 rules that were brought up over the weekend. Thank you for the Diamond City Sports Youth Flag Football Council for discussing that and coming to that conclusion. I apologize for my misspeaking on last week's video about the blitz situation. I'm glad we got it worked out. I did speak to coaches about this, and I hope everyone is understanding where we're at with this. Okay. The next topic of discussion is the code of conduct. Just something to keep in mind, because we're here for the kids. We're here to have fun. We're not only a league based on fun, but an entire organization, Diamond City Sports, based on fun. Playing games that we love, whether we're adults, whether we're kids. So just a reminder that every parent signed themselves and for their child the code of conduct. Hopefully you can see it a little bit on your screen. You did sign it. If you'd like a copy, I would be more than happy to fashion a copy for you, and I will be posting copies on our website. But the first item under the player code of conduct is, I am accountable for the results of my behavior toward my teammate, coaches, and game officials. I will respect my teammate, opponent, coaches, and officials at all times. I will honor the sport by playing within the rules and not using foul language. And I agree to put forth my best effort on the field and in the classroom. As a parent, I agree to support our team in a positive manner and showcase good sportsmanship. I will respect the coaches and not interfere with on-field instruction during practices and games. I will address my concerns with the coach in private and in a positive manner. And I will cheer for our team in a positive manner regardless of the outcome of the game. And notice at the bottom there, by signing this form, I will honor the parent-player code of conduct and will accept any discipline action that comes from violating these policies. So again, the parent does sign for the player because under 18 is not a legally binding signature. To the right side there, you'll see the coach code of conduct. I agree to conduct myself in a positive manner towards players, coaches, parents, and officials at all times. I will remember that kids register to play football because it is fun. Every child should have the opportunity to play. I will support and respect all decisions made by the game officials and refrain from outward criticism. I am responsible to understand the rules of the game and abide by those rules. I will create a safe and positive environment for my players to learn how to play the sport. I will encourage my players to play to the best of their ability and conduct themselves in a positive manner. By signing this form, I will honor the coaching code of conduct and will accept any discipline action that comes from violating these policies, or this policy is what it really should read. Coming back live here. Again, not a fun conversation, but again, we need to keep in mind that we're about having fun. We're about, especially during the time we're in as a society, getting back out and enjoying playing sports and learning a sport that a lot of these kids have never played before. And even the kids that have played before, hopefully we could teach them something about the game a little bit more, and more importantly, to help them enjoy the game a little bit more than they already do. Because No one's going to win a national championship playing in our league. Yes, there are tournament opportunities down the road, but we're mainly here to have fun and to enjoy ourselves, to be competitive yet make friends at the same time. So please keep this in mind all the time. I mean, we do this in our everyday lives. So please continue to do this. Be positive for these kids, positive role models in every capacity, even if it's not your child. Please be positive. Remember, a lot of these coaches are coaching kids that aren't even their children. Their children aren't even on the team. Some of them don't even have children themselves, and they've stepped up to volunteer. So please be respectful of that. Please also be respectful of each other moving forward. That leads me to my last slide here. How this is a learning experience for everyone. And this is why I'm doing these videos, because there are things that come up in this very first season that we've ever had of youth flag football that we need to address and we need to improve on. And we will. The purpose of our league is first and foremost for the kids to have fun. I'm going to be honest, though, it's also for us to have fun, because we don't have volunteers coming out and doing this, whether it's the coaches, whether it's us as organizers. No one in this organization gets paid as part of planning and procedures. Referees do get an expense opportunity for putting their whole day out there for us, because most of the time the officials are there the entire day. So we do throw them a bone with that. But most of the people involved, including myself, are entirely volunteer. This is not a paid position for me. I just love doing it. I love working with kids in this league. I love working with people. I love doing sports. I love being involved and helping out in the community, which is something that we're going to be doing toward the end of the season. We'll be making some announcements on some community connections that we make as Diamond City Sports. But we're here to have fun. Secondly, we're here to and I apologize, I spelled here wrong. It's the wrong here. Somebody make fun of me in the comments. But we are here to teach the game of football, not just the fundamentals, but the love of the game. I am a math and science teacher, just throwing that out there, but I value my grammar. But again, we're here to teach the game of football, fundamentals, but just loving and enjoying the game. Because some players, I can't wait for our first players to eventually make the pros and look back and say, hey, I played in that Diamond City Sports League. Not everybody's going to be able to do that. That's a goal for a lot of our players, but most players are just here to have fun and to love the game and to love a game that we all enjoy watching, and some of us have had the opportunity to play. And just to continue that into our adulthood and just to continue the love of sport. Lastly, we know we make mistakes, but we strive to do better each and every time out. None of us is perfect. None of us ever will be perfect, even for a single day. But in everything that we do as Diamond City Sports, way back to 2004 when we started what was then just the Backyard Wiffle Ball League, we strive to do better week to week, month to month, year to year. With wiffle ball, it's now decade to decade, and hopefully, in 15 years we could say the same thing about the youth league. We'll make mistakes, but we'll address them as soon as we possibly can, and work to do better the next time, and learn from everything we do, and do better each and every time out. So keep that in mind as we're moving forward. Most have been very, very understanding of this, and very, very welcoming and helpful to us in everything we do. And so that kind of takes me to the end here. I just want to continually thank you as parents and coaches for everything you do to help push this league. And I still have people reaching out to myself and some of the other organizers looking to get players in. Unfortunately, at this point of the year, as I said in my email last week, it's not fair to the kids who've been here the whole time. But I'm glad you're still talking about it. This way, hopefully next spring, again, will be normally a spring league when COVID's not around. We'll be able to expand it and welcome even more players. We're up to about, I think we're around 65 players right now. Between 65 and 70 players, which is really good for our first year. But with all that you're doing to help promote and telling your friends and family how much fun your kids are having is really going to help this league grow and to blossom. So continue reaching out to us as organizers, as coaches. Give us your suggestions. I'm not going to promise you we're going to take them all and follow all of your suggestions, because some things we have to decide as a group, what's best for the league and what's best for the kids. But please continue to reach out. You all know how to contact me. anyone that you know in the organization you could speak to, and they know to come to me and to the organizers, and we will work our best to do the right thing for everyone involved. So thanks so much for tuning in. Right at 15 minutes. That's where I want to end. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to check the chat real quick. Kotsko, so this is about the sidelines. Can one team be on one side and the other to be on the other? Ideally, that's probably best, but given the layout, I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. That's where we'll take it, but we could discuss it at the field on Saturday and see if it's something we can make happen. And Kotsko, I know it's unacceptable, but hey, whatever. Next time you can be my spell check. All right, thanks everybody. Appreciate you hanging around. Sorry I went a little bit more than 15 minutes, but I did want to make sure I addressed any questions that anybody had. So feel free to continue to reach out to me, and if we need to, we'll do this again next week. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you all on Saturday.